Welcome back. Tonight, we bring you a stirring story about a World War II veteran, a rag doll, and a little girl from Guam.
This tale begins with two people in 1944, but it certainly doesn't end there. It is now part of history, inspiring hundreds who visit the Marine Museum in Quantico. Brittany Morehouse with the exclusive with the man who started it all.
I always tell this story here.
64 years after Richard Washburn survived a military battle in Guam, he visits the National Museum of the Marine Corps.
And what we have is a Marine in Guam.
He hears how his story is now told as history.
It was just a war.
It all begins with a joke package from his mom.
I had written home that I hadn't seen a blonde in 3 years, and so she sent the rag doll. Just my mother's sense of humor.
Still, it was a piece of home, and it helped him face the worst.
Walking in mud and slime and the rest of it, it was ugly.
But Washburn remembers a beautiful moment in all of that ugliness. He says one day, while walking down a dusty, deserted road, he came upon a young woman and her 3-year-old daughter. So he reached into his backpack to give her that rag doll.
She looked at her mother, and her mother shook her head, yes, and she took the doll from me, immediately hugged the doll, and smiled. The smile stayed with me for all those years.
56 years to be exact, until he returned to Guam and shared the story with a local reporter.
Kept playing with the rag doll. It was right after the war.
Nettie Calvo is that little girl. Her mother eventually threw away the doll, but she found a replacement. She also keeps that article, a piece that led to their reunion in 2001.
As you opened that door, we cried. He was crying, I was crying. That's a happy crying.
And I knew right away it was her, just from the smile. So people smile, I believe, stay with them the rest of their life.
Little did Washburn know, Calvo has since befriended a museum tour guide.
Every tour I take through this museum, they will hear about Richard Washburn, the Marine, and the reactions I get, even from the Marines, are tears in the eyes.
Including this Marine. Brittany Morehouse, 9 News Now, and WUSA9.com.
Richard Washburn is now legally blind, and Nettie Calvo is dealing with breast cancer. The two say their friendship helps them face these challenges. And Washburn says he no longer tells that story, he lives it.